Oh boy, don't I feel like a big dummy. It's been a few days since I last uploaded and recorded, and the first day that I come back to record, I end up having some technical issues, mostly born out of my own stupidity. You see, I had just gotten finished recording for today, but because I didn't properly save it, and again, mostly due to my own stupidity and general incompetence, that footage is no longer saved. So, I'm in a bit of a pickle, as it were. Now, thankfully, it's not the end of the world, because I can just start from the beginning of episode 2. It's not like I had gotten super in-depth or anything. And thankfully, it was just this one episode. It wasn't like I recorded a bunch of episodes and didn't have it saved properly. But still, it's quite annoying. Especially since I don't really have any way of getting back to where I was at the end of last episode, because I didn't think to save there for whatever reason, because, again, big dummy, big dumb hours. But episode 1 was almost over, if you recall. Like, there wasn't much of value. It's just Ryunosuke and Kazuma chatting about things. Kazuma asked us for a favor. He didn't say what it was yet. And then we left to go party and celebrate my innocence. It was like 5 minutes, not a lot. And then going into this episode, we didn't get too far in. So I guess just to try and make it work, I'm going to end up just starting over from here. Though sadly my reactions and such aren't going to be, as genuine, which is unfortunate. Because, I don't know, I thought I did some pretty cool voices and made some funny jokes. Like, trust me, I was a real fucking comedy wizard. But oh well. Wait, no. Oh, you picked the exact fucking point when it started. That's pretty cool. Also, man, 6 chapters. How many chapters is the third one? Third thing have 7, 11, 17. Bruh, man, the last case is gonna be here for a while. Isn't that something? Anyway, before I get fucking distracted, episode 2. Well, Sholmes, I don't think, showed up yet, so yeah, we'll start from the beginning. Yeah, obviously, duh. Okay, yeah. Adventures of an Unbreakable Speckled Band. Very cool, very boat-like, very cool. Again, my reactions are going to be quite as good, I think.
Dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, they came from the ventilator.
I do wonder if this title is a reference specifically to one of the actual Sherlock Holmes books.
Sprang into action, lashing.
I don't know. It sounds like something that could be from one of the books or one of the stories.
He yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air.
Obviously, his name isn't fucking Herlock in the actual thing.
And the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared.
My final words, after I'd been bitten by a snake, I wouldn't say, wow, what a speckled band. I'd be like, oh shit, it's a fucking snake, and now I'm dead. That sucks. Again, I don't know what that has to do with the boat. Or us. But anyway, here we are on board the ship, January 9th. And, okay, we get to see the boy,
so then,
Sherlock, and his weird mouth movements.
And discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way.
What about the lock on the left? That looks tampered to me.
Mystery. In his final moments, the victim scored a
oh boy, I can't wait for that to totally not, be proven wrong in some way, form, or fashion. Because, it's not like the Ace Attorney series has never done like a, a bloody message or dying words that didn't end up being, you know, a misunderstanding.
Not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
I do like the fucking, what is that? Your fucking, what is that? Forensics gun? That is pretty baller.
Placed just prior to the incident by the victim himself, I would venture.
And up there's a certain someone.
Have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Oh yeah, the heavy weapons big guy.
Maritime police come. We must wait. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
Literally.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from? I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
Man, that sailor dude's face, he was like, what the fuck? Ugh, my head is throbbing. Bruh, same. Though probably for different reasons, I imagine. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. And blood in the water. Yeah, not looking super good. Like, thankfully I didn't get too far in this case. I should be able to get back to where I was, relatively quickly. Wait, I can't move. Yep, we've been handcuffed. It seems indeed we were the culprits all along, and we didn't even know. Who could have guessed, right? Also, this reminds me of the from that movie, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, where James Franco is looking to the other guy who's about to be hung, and he's like, first time, except it's Ryunosuke to me, or yeah, Ryunosuke to himself, because like, bruh, it's not like, it wasn't even that long ago that we were arrested for murder, and now here we are, not formally arrested, I guess, but suspected of murder. Why am I in handcuffs? So, you wake up now, We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. Sorry, you're gonna have to forgive me. My accents have not gotten any better from the last recording to this one. You found me then. Duh, we found you. And now you pay, a criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, Sorry. Also, it's like, hiding in a wardrobe really the best hiding spot? Like, what about that, like, air vent or whatever? If I was really a culprit, I feel like I would have hopped up in there, you know? Sorry, again. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Sasato! Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where is Kazuma? Ha! You pretend you do not know. You are a wolf in the sheep's pelt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? What happened? Kazuma-sama was... Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No! No! Fucking... a long no, to be sure. Kazuma, it was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Ha 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 ha! Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. Again, I wonder, how the fuck can you fit a whole little ass grown boy into that trunk? Inosuke must be a small dude. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey! Honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ugh, I hope not. I get the feeling these Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful distant assistant, Mikotaba, you mean? Oh, wrong guy. From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I mean, I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you've inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Da, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. Oof. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? Wait, that's another bridge entirely. No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Sadaro-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. There's something I would like to ask of you, too. Oh, look at those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. So okay, let's try to figure out what exactly happened to old Kazuma. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it. They think I'm Kazuma's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? Yeah, what about that, like, hole above the wardrobe? That looks like an air vent or something that you could possibly get into. Maybe. This is impossible! How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Sasato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So, presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes? About the incident? Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? He's a great guy. He's a bro. He's my friend. He's my, my brother from another mother? Presumably, that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far in this voyage. But this morning he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Sasato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Yeah, that's Kazuma. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard for me to believe, too. Trust me! Now, I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright, fair enough, I guess. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Let's see. Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. It really sucks, man. Imagine being stuck in a cabin for like 50 days. I mean, technically it's only been 15, but we were supposed to be in here for 50 days. Not to mention, apparently I had to sleep in a fucking wardrobe. Like, jeez, that's gonna be murder on your, like, back and legs and neck and really your whole body. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yeah, but you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. I thought you were just, buttering me up. You have a talent for it. I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what, bro? Then what, man? Guy, dude, homie, bro, home skillet? Man, remember people who say home skillet? I don't think I've ever heard anyone use that these days. Nothing. Forget it. Good? Kazuma-sama is... He was always saying the same thing. That he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Well, yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. That look in his eyes then. It was darker than I'd ever seen it before. Suzato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. Yeah, that's literally like word for word about what he said. Now, to quote the famous Stroke song, last night, she said, "If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin?" Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Yeah, that's not really gonna hold up in a court of law, my dude. Or even here in this, like, informal setting. Like, saying you don't remember is like, yeah, it's not very useful. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. Man, poor Ryunosuke, being forced to be in trunks and cabins and wardrobes and such. Why, it reminds me of the time that my friends stuffed me into the trunk of their car one time. Boy, that was something, I tell you. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yeah. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Well, you see, what happened was... Yeah. Okay, I know how it looks, Suzato. Like, TBH, I look about as guilty as a guy could look, without having a sign saying, "Hi, my name is Ryunosuke, and I just did a murder." I know I sound unbelievable. Really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And perhaps because Kazuma wouldn't be dead. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's, please forget it. Suzato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. The trouble is, there is no one else who could have possibly have done this. Ugh. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? Arg! I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free. No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to fucking excuse me. Hiya! And damn, I just got fucking judo flipped. What the? That was a Susato takedown. A sussy baka, what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it. Yes, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to do that? Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few short weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. I guess I just forgot. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. And apparently it's this paper seal, which apparently, I mean, obviously it's only one or two things, and it's not going to be my fucking university pen, but I still, like, this doesn't fully make sense to me, but it has to be the right answer. Tell me, what I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case a cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors, before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yeah, I mean, that's quite true. Which, I guess it makes sense, but like, again, maybe I'm just not visualizing it correctly. Because it feels to me like if you were in the wardrobe, right, you could like stick your hand out, slap the seal on the door, and then like close it, right? But I guess the idea is that it was placed like directly over, you know, where the doors would open, so that you wouldn't actually be able to open the doors properly without removing the seal. So I guess in that way you probably wouldn't be able to put it on there and then close the door because it wouldn't, you know, wouldn't hold. Either way, it's not exactly, you know, a smoking gun in my opinion. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Seems a bit sus, but I'll take it. Also, I just like the idea that I'm just here lying on the floor, sprawled out, and I just shoved this paper in her face, like upside down. Like, I couldn't have gotten up first, you know? Also, how did I present this to her when my fucking hands are handcuffed? Like, if this was like in my back pocket or whatever, there's no way I could grab it, right? Indeed, I don't think I was really in my court record yet, because I don't think they've given it back to me, you know, but oh well. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, could you help me up, please? Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? See, I made that observation that I said the same thing like the first time, even before he said it. So like, yeah, me and Ryunosuke, we're like, I think we're on the same wavelength, you know. Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating it in here. Thank you. So, you finally believe me. I'm sorry. No. What? Come on. I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What, bro, do I look like a fucking wizard? What do you think I am? A magician? See? Again, made the same observation, so... as last time. Like I said, I think we're like fucking on the same wavelength, you know? For now, I suggest you... and again, this music still just as good the second time. It's not like salsa or anything, but it's got a little bit of a vibe to it, you know? It's like sassy. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Cesaro-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you, to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear, I will avenge your death! Alright, and now we're back where we started. Or back where we left off before I fucked up the recording. Okay, so that didn't take too painfully long. So yeah, the last episode that I recorded was going to be on like a slightly shorter anyway. Because the last few episodes have been quite long. Really stretching the time that I have to work with. So we'll leave this one where it is, because this is as good an end point as any, because we've done the first part, and now next episode we can do the proper investigation and figure out like what the fuck happened here, because we didn't kill him, but someone did. So I guess we'll have to figure that shit out next time. But until then,